let's talk about manifestation because so many people have been hitting me up about this. And I've gotten this request so much over the last year, but in particular, I recently posted this reel on social media about this guy. It was a funny reel. He had a lot of gold on. I was in India. He had a lot of gold on. I was like, this is my new style. Guess what? A day later, through the resources that I have, through the people that I know, I was able to meet this man in person, go to his house, get a tour of it, and I posted it all over social media, and everyone's like, how did you manifest that? And today I'm going to talk about manifestation. Manifestation is something, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really like the term. I actually have used it though. Like I posted on my story, I manifested this, and there is a correct method of manifestation and there's an incorrect method of manifestation that I think the large majority of the internet really clings to. So if you Google how to manifest things, the number one thing that you're going to find is a lot of courses. You're going to see a lot of information about, the correct way to manifest and affirmations. And basically it breaks down to thinking of something that you want, visualizing it in very heavy detail, being very specific, and really walking through the process as if you already have it, asking the universe, asking God, asking the higher power that you believe in for it, and then effectively writing affirmations in the present tense as if they're already in your life. Something like, I have this boat, I have this yacht, I drive this car on a day-to-day basis. And so this idea of manifestation is what I like to call delusional thinking. And it sounds harsh, but I really do believe that it's not necessarily the correct way to go about it. Many people think that they're going to get things in life if they just think about it. And that could be something that happens out of luck, but 99% of the time it's a delusional form of thought. It doesn't necessarily happen that way, and things just don't work out because you think of them. Now, there are some positives to this, and this is something I want to be very clear on. Thinking about something makes you focus on it more, and whatever you focus on is what's going to grow in life. If you think a lot about eating healthy, you're naturally going to focus more on your diet. If you focus more on your diet, you're more than likely going to have a very clean, healthy, and very, disciplined diet. So wherever you put your focus is where things grow. If you focus on your business, you're going to make your business grow. If you focus on the insecurities that you have in your life, you're going to feel more insecure. If you focus on your health, you're going to be in better shape. So manifestation in the basic form of thinking about things and visualizing them in great detail as if you already have them is something that could cause you to focus on it more. Now, here is the slippery slope. If you act like you have it, if you think that you're just going to get it because you think about it, it can cause you to become very depressed when it doesn't happen, and it can cause you to really create this idea that something's going to come your way, and hope is a very dangerous emotion if it's placed into the wrong mindset, into the wrong parameter. So let's talk about my method for manifestation, and I'm just going to give it to you right now, so listen very closely. First and foremost, it's a dream, it's a vision, it's an idea. You want something in your life, whether it's a car, whether it's a relationship, whether it's some kind of dream job. You want to bring something in to your life that you don't have. And this something may be a little unrealistic. It may be very out of reach. It may be something that you really just desire intensely. Here's the first part of manifestation. You need to visualize it and make it very, very specific. What is it that you exactly want? Very, very specifically. Focus on one thing. There are many things that we all want at the same time. Like right now, I could think of 5, 10, 20 things that I want very specifically. But I'm going to focus on one. And here's the thing. You can manifest multiple things in life, but you have to manifest them each individually. And I'll explain why. Because when you understand my philosophy, manifestation is a very, very headhunter, very targeted, very precise metric and method that you use in your life. So let's say I want a Lamborghini. I'm just going to throw out a random thing there, right? Not that I want a Lamborghini, but this is just something that I know a lot of young guys talk about. If you're a girl, maybe you want a dream vacation, whatever it might be. So think of it very specifically. What color is a car? What is the interior? How much horsepower? What type of Lamborghini is it? Is it a Huracan? Is it SVJ, right? Now, let's say you're a girl. Okay, look, you could want the Lamborghini if you're a girl. And honestly, at the flip side, you could want the vacation if you're a guy. I don't know which way you really think, but I'm just throwing out a couple examples here. Where is the vacation? Are you flying first class? What is the treatment when you land? What hotel are you staying at? All this stuff. Think about it very specifically. Now, Here's the next part. This is the dream. This is the idea. This is the vision that you have in your life. I'm going to break this down into 3 statements, and it's going to make a lot of sense once I finish them, and then I'm going to circle back on each one in more depth. First and foremost is a dream that's written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal that's broken down into steps becomes a plan. And a plan that's backed by action becomes reality. Here's how we make dreams to reality. Once again, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal broken down into structured steps becomes a plan, and a plan backed by action becomes reality. Now here's the key part of manifestation. The third part right there, a plan backed by action becomes reality. Most people think that manifestation is just you thinking about things and them coming into your life. No, there needs to be work. There needs to be action. Manifestation for me is really just creating the plan, the vision, the goals, the steps, the dates to really get what I want. Manifestation is really like a technical process for me. And the real imaginary, the real amazing part of manifestation is the visualization of it. And it's so nice to be able to visualize something and know that you're able to get it. I am going to get it. It's not that I might get this or hope for it. I am going to get it because I'm laying it out in this formula. So first thing you got to understand is that there's action. There's action in manifestation. If you have no action, nothing will happen. You will sit there in your thoughts and that's all you will do. You will sit around and you'll be begging the universe for something. And I'm going to be really clear with you here. Like, this is going to sound harsh. The universe ain't going to give it to you if you ain't putting in the work. If so many people are asking for a Lamborghini and the universe has to pick who it's going to give it to, it's going to give it to the guy or girl that really is putting in the most work. That's how the universe works, in my opinion. You know, you're going to be favored in certain aspects when you put in the work. There's no such thing as luck. It's really just you putting in the work, you really doing the right things in life with integrity and morals, and then things will naturally come to you. Because when you put out positivity in the world, positivity is going to come back. Not to get too hippie on you here, but the universe favors its creations that work the hardest, that represent themselves in the best state of life. So if you're out here being lazy, being unproductive, not doing what you need to be doing, the universe is just going to give your blessings and what you were manifesting to somebody else that's making more sense for it. So you got to put the work in. And that's when things become reality. Now let's work backwards here. You need to have a goal. And you need to have that goal broken down into steps. That's what effectively becomes a plan. So when you have the game plan and then you put that game plan into action, when you put effort behind it, that's where things become really, really easy. See, the hardest part of manifestation itself is creating that plan. What is your plan for buying that house? What is your plan for buying that Lamborghini? What is your plan for that vacation? Typically, a lot of times it's financial. I'm going to be real with you. Most people that I talk to are manifesting something that's more so tangible. Now, if it's a relationship and stuff like that, we can get a little bit, varied here. But let's talk about the financial aspect of it, and then we'll talk about relationships and stuff. So first and foremost, like let's say the majority goals, a lot of people want a house, car, vacation, retire their parents. If it's financial, define the number, define the goal, and then create a plan to create that income. And that may be really you saving money and investing it for a certain period of time. It might be you getting another side job and taking that money and putting it towards it. Or it might be you changing your career. That's something that makes a lot more money. Many of the things that I wanted in my life require a large degree of financial stability. They're not something that I could get. Like if I worked a regular job for my entire life, I still would not be able to even get close to the things that I wanted in life. And I'm going to sound a little egotistical here, but many of the things I want, my apartment, the cars that I have, all the things that like the lifestyle that I have, the traveling, all that stuff, it costs a lot of money. And sometimes it'll cost someone's entire salary for a year just to do something that I want. That's something that I do on a week-to-week basis. I'm just being really real with you right now. And so in order for me to get those things, I have to have a certain career that makes sense for that. So my goal was to have a certain lifestyle, and my steps that I needed to take were, number one was to have a career, have income sources that allow me to get that. Now let me switch over here a little bit to relationships. And before I jump onto this is me telling you guys, sometimes you need to get into a career that makes more money. That's why I do financial services. Financial services creates the most millionaires and billionaires more than any other industry out there. It's a sales industry. It's a boring industry, but I'd rather throw away an hour of my life for it to be boring if I can get a better lifestyle, because I'm still going to be throwing an hour away. If you're working as a hostess in a restaurant, it might be fun, but it's still an hour of your time going away, whereas you're doing something like me and you're doing something more so boring, but it's still an hour that's gone. And that hour is going to be more productive. And that hour that I put into this job is going to buy me more time later for me to relax and do what I want to do. So when it comes to relationships, right, you're going to have to understand that the goal may be to find a very high quality partner. And a lot of times you have to become the person that you want to date. You have to become the equivalent, or if you're a guy, really a lot of times the higher value of what you want to get. So if I want a very kind, a very attractive, a very presentable girl, a very loyal individual, I need to become the highest definition of a man to be able to naturally attract it and retain it. So the goal is to attract a very beautiful, amazing woman. The plan in itself is for me to become the best version of myself, for me to input the best things into my life: diet, health, fitness, routine, knowledge, business, financial stability, mindset, all the above. So this is the thing. When you have the plan, it becomes a lot easier. The plan may not always be an ABC structured process, but you need to define the steps. And when you really get nitty gritty with the steps, and then you get sub steps and stuff like that, you can really become very efficient with what it is. So a lot of times when your goals are financial, you can structure it. I'm saving this much money a month. I'm investing this much money here. And in 5 years, and 3 years, and 2 years, and in 60 days, I'll be able to get what I want to get. Now, before that, the dream has to be defined into a goal. So like I said in the beginning, you really have to be very, very conscious of what you want to get in your life. I want to have a nice car is not good enough. You got to define the car. You got to know how much it costs. You got to know what color it is. You got to know all that stuff. And then you need to put a date on it. Put a date on when you want that. And some of you can be unrealistic with this, but when you start getting into the steps of really writing the steps out, then you're going to find out that, hey, I need to set this date a little farther. And this process of manifestation really takes care of itself. It really allows you to not mess yourself up, because it's really just you creating a logical game plan that is backed by action, that was originally a goal, that was coming from a dream. Like, that's all it is. And when you have a plan with your manifestation that's backed by action, it's going to work. You're going to get what you want. It really isn't even manifesting anymore. It's really just you going and getting what you want. And so I think that the internet grabs this definition of manifestation as like, I'm going to bring this into my life and I'm going to think it's just going to come through, and Prince Charming is just going to break into my window because I keep thinking about him and he's going to marry me, or my perfect girl is just going to come into the world and she's going to love me and care about me. No, that is delusional. That is crazy. That is not logical, because you know what? While you're sitting there thinking about things, waiting for them to happen, somebody is going and getting them. Somebody is being aggressive. Anything that's of value in this life has to be taken. It has to be taken. If I want to get a certain property, a certain amount of money, I have to take it, not forcibly, not in a bullying manner, but I have to show that I have enough value to bring that into my life. If I want to get a very exotic car, I have to go out there and buy it. If I want to get a very nice property, I have to go out there and buy it. If I want to go and attract a very high quality woman, I have to go out there and get her. And it's the same thing for women. If you want to go and find the highest caliber men, guess what? They have other women around them that are very, very attractive. Sometimes you have to go, not necessarily you have to go and buy them a drink at a bar, but position yourself, have them approach you, and then play your cards right, and be very intentional with the way that you communicate, with the way that you reciprocate, with the way that you conversate, everything like that. You have to effectively go and get him. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't just happen like that. So I'm telling you right now, manifestation is not you sitting around and just thinking. A dream written down with the date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. And a plan backed by action becomes reality. I hope this helped you guys out. I really appreciate you spending some time here with me today. Big shout out to K&D Group for sponsoring our podcast. If you're ever in the Cleveland area, check them out. They got a lot of cool apartments downtown. Until next time, guys, sue me out.